So, what is a type rating and what does it look like? Hi guys, thank you for watching this video and thank you for visiting my channel, taking your time to actually click on my videos and watch them. So, if you're interested in how type rating looks like, then please keep watching. One fact about a type rating, which is completely true, is that it is super expensive. Depending on the aircraft you're gonna fly on, the type rating costs between 20,000 euros and 50,000 euros. Can you imagine 50,000 euros just to fly a freaking airplane? Okay, yes, this is the reality. This is what you have to pay nowadays for a type rating. Luckily, there are not always 50,000, just some programs, pay to fly programs, you can call them, where you have to pay this amount of money. But in general, it's between 20 and 30,000. What does the type rating look like? So I recently completed my type rating, recently, half a year ago or something, and I'm gonna tell you anything I know about the type rating. First of all, there is an intro week, or at least that's what I had. You just learn to know all people around you, and basically you have to do all kind of paperwork stuff, but also a lot of safety information. You get to know the company where you're flying for and what kind of rules they have regarding safety. This is a week, and basically you have to do everything, like for example firefighting, making tons of exams about different safety regarding topics, and you know, swim in a swimming pool just to show that you can put on a jacket, stuff like that. Nothing really special, but you have to complete that. So yeah, after the intro week, then you enter the actual type rating, and the first 2 weeks are basically just ground school. So ground school is the one where I was worried about the most, because I thought, you know, the 737 had a lot of systems, and in 2 weeks learning all those systems, I mean, good luck. It's not that bad, because there are a lot of good teachers out there, and normally it's just a computer-based training. So if you don't get anything, you just go back and you review it again. And you can review it 100 times, it takes you 100 hours or something. But you can just do it on your own tempo, or how do you say that? On your own speed. And until you get it. But most of the time, just if you review it once, you'll get it. If you make notes in meantime, or screenshots, I mean, it's really nice. So after every topic you learn, there is a test, and yeah, you have to complete that above 75, I think. And if you didn't complete it correctly, then you can do it again, or you have to do it again before moving on to the next topic. Besides that, there's also just normal, there's almost just normal lessons. So that means that you're just sitting in a classroom and some systems are being explained by the instructor. And you can ask anything you want. But the type rating, there are several tests, I would say. For example, the technical test, which is the most important one, because that's about all the systems, and there are quite some systems in the airplane. So probably the one which everyone worries about the most. Then there's a performance test, and you know, I thought it was not that hard, but it's like a really short notice, and I mean, they explain you in one day what it is, and then at the end of the day you have to do it. So you have to fill in a load sheet and everything, and complete all kinds of information and questions about it. When I now look back, I'm like, whew, that's so easy, you know. But when you're over there and you have no clue, and everything is so, every day you learn something new, it can be quite tough. But when I say tough, I mean that you just have to really pay attention to it, and that's with everything in life, of course. I mean, you have to set your priorities. And for example, when I started my type rating, I didn't care about anything. Like the same from flight school, I just wanted to pass that, and I didn't want to fail any subject. So to summarize it, a lot of tests in 2 weeks, and a lot of theory you have to know by heart. Okay, after those 2 weeks, it really starts. Then you're going into the simulator, and it used to be full flight simulator all the time, but now it's like 10 sessions or 12 or something like that, fixed base, and then the other 8, I think, or 6 or 7 are in the full flight simulator. And in the fixed base you just learn every SOP, and in the beginning it's okay, you know, because I thought, they expect like a really high standard at the start, but they don't. They just, you know, you're just sitting in there. The first session basically just sit there, try to start up the aircraft and to get to the runway. If you're able to do that, then you're really good. So that's not too hard. Then the workload increases quick, and because every time they expect you to know the previous session. In the beginning that's not hard, of course, because you know all the SOPs and everything, but I mean, then the failures come in, and every session they expect that you don't make the same mistakes as you did before. So actually just grab a piece of paper or whatever you want, a book or something, and write everything in there as much as possible. And then you know for the next session that what you're gonna get, what you can expect. So you just prepare a session. Like my sim partner and I, we just went to the mock-up, and the mock-up is like a paper cockpit version. Like every day we practice everything, you know. If we get this, then I do this, you do this. If we're on the other way around, then you do this, I do this. So we just made sure we just aced the type rating, or the simulator sessions of the type rating, because we did not want to fail anything, do everything over again. I mean, just too expensive, takes too much time, effort, stress. You don't want that, so you would just better just go for it. And then you continue from the fixed base to the full flight simulator, and that is like awesome, seriously. Then you're just gonna fly in a simulator which moves, and I mean, it's completely different than sitting just in a fixed area where nothing changes, and it doesn't matter what kind of landing you make, you land anyway. And in a full flight simulator you really feel how you're gonna land. And I mean, it depends on the simulator also, because the simulators are not the same, and that's what you notice. But in general it's a really nice session, because you really get to know the aircraft, and not just by SOPs but more handling wise. So you know exactly how to react, so what you can do, what you can definitely not do, and you practice anything. Like all kinds of go-arounds at all different moments, failures in between, name it, you will practice it there. So you'll have like a lot of confidence in like flying the airplane. What else is important? Then you're gonna approach the check at the end, the license skill test. Wow. Okay, so this is a simulator session wherein the instructor in the back says nothing about your flight. You're just there with your sim partner flying from A to B or whatever, or that's the planning, that you're gonna fly from A to B, but actually you're gonna fly from A to somewhere random and then back to A. And I mean, they give you all kinds of failures, you know, like I don't know, backlight on or APU fire, something like that. Just can be anything. And then you decide that you go back. Oh no, that's not the case, I'm sorry. Then that happens, then you're gonna, that's okay, you just complete the QH and you, so the checklist, and you discuss, what do you think we should do? No, we can just continue. Okay, so we continue, and then what happens? Like an engine failure or something like that, or fire, or a bomb, or I don't know, something where the decision is that you have to go back to your airport where you came from. So whatever it is, you just follow all the procedures which you learned during the type rating, and you continue back, and then you land there. And then it starts, because then you're gonna do all kinds of approaches: flap 40, one engine operative, flap 15. That's not gonna happen in calm wind, huh? It's gonna happen with crosswind just from there, and that's nice. But I mean, it sounds now like it's a huge thing, and it is, but it's not as hard as it looks like, because you trained for it. And if you're not able to pass it, you will not go to the license skill test. You will not do that anyway. You have to do several sessions again. The license skill test is about teamwork as well. It's not only about flying the airplane. It's about how do you and your sim partner or your colleague, whatever you want to call it, react on different circumstances. Because in a sim it's like, what do you think the problem is? Should we go back? I mean, it's so obvious, you know, but when you're under stress, it's completely different. And especially when someone's watching, being an instructor, when you're sitting in the back and you're watching those people doing something, I mean, it's so funny because you see everything. Most funniest situations were, for example, that you don't want to show the instructor like, hey, you're forgetting something, because you don't want to take over someone else's task. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to say, hey, do you see that he's forgetting the gear now? You know, no, you don't want that. So you're like, look at there, maybe you should, if you're gonna do the type rating, enjoy it, because it's like a really nice time. And I'm sure you're really wanting to go into the real aircraft, but when I look back right now, I mean, we laughed like every session, you know, because every time something happened, we're like, okay. And as long as you learn from it, that's good. Then, after that test, you're gonna practice for the base training, and that's also on a simulator. So you're just gonna do some circuits and land flaps 30, flaps 40, I don't know, just different flap settings, different winds, just to get you familiar with that, because that's the next step. This was a video about the type rating. If you're interested about the base training, then please watch my next video. I'll comment it somewhere or put it somewhere. Please check that out, then you know exactly what to expect from base training. So guys, if you have a type rating, enjoy and good luck. Bye bye.